And thank you once again for Doug for the intro music. How we going, everybody? Buick, g'day, buddy. How you going? Welcome. As indeed, welcome to everyone. A little bit in line with got a bit of topic tonight. I'll just we'll just play this one maybe for a little bit of fun, eh? What's going on there? Hang on, I did it wrong. That's okay.
Would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Well, that was in relation to basically what's kind of happening to everybody, our rights to travel, all of that, rules, regulations. There's more of them around than there are anything. Suicides, bloody near starvation, all from this mismanagement. You have the higher echelon peddling their bandwagon, but they're not protecting the common person. So therefore, we've had a big gap in the whole thing.
So,
Dallo, g'day, mate. Yeah, that's the hat. This is the hat I forgot to bring to Phillip Island, mate. Yes, yes. The hat just tips it off. Yeah, Andy. You did hear about the one so-called case from Young and Jackson's Hotel, which is in the city in Melbourne. Now that bloke one bloke got contacted and told to stay at home and get tested and all that, and they reported him as being positive when he's not. So I call bullshit to it. I call bullshit to a lot of it. It's all about control. It's not about public health. It's about politicians and their political gain and whatever. Billy, I hate to tell you, mate, join the rest of the world. Yeah, it's one of those, it's one of those things that realistically, if each and every one of us that wants to travel and that ability, and yet the politicians or whatever, they can travel around and do what they want. It seems to me it's do as I say, not as I do. Now, in the description for the stream, I said, is it doom and gloom or is it boom and bust? That's something that's going through my head. We've got the doom and gloom. Us, the Victorians, this is our 5th lockdown, which they will extend it. They've already hinted at that. And I actually listened to the news today and listened to that lying piece of shit that we call the Premier, lying about something I knew about. And it was absolute lies. So it's all about putting fear. It's tyranny. Last night, Thailand, there was a large demonstration against a lot of things. Yeah, that's right, Dalo. Only 3 more lockdowns to Christmas, yeah. And what are you going to get for Christmas? A pack of face masks. No longer socks and jocks. Oh, what can I get them? I don't really know. I'll get them a pack of 50 face masks. Yeah, something we all never thought we'd want, but now we've got to have. I never ever thought I'd walk into a bank with a mask on, but if you don't, you're in trouble. Ned Kelly'd be proud of it now. Yeah, that's it, Buick. Chairman Dan, he might have to fall down some more stairs, I think. Go for another little trip down on the peninsula. Yes, don't forget, there's a lockdown coming near you. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Australia, apparently today, a million doses, a million doses of Pfizer turned up. That's pretty good. Considering that, they were doing the bullshit of our inoculation rates are down or vaccination rates are down. Of course, because they were pissing people around. I expect that out of a government and any government department run by idiots. All the good people they got rid of and kept the arse lickers and fools. And when it turns to shit, you got a dickhead with a piece of paper that he got from a wanky university that they paid for. They may as well have gone down to KSN Road and printed out half their shit. in here because they've got no sense and sensibility, nor dress sense, I might add. I think I'm too sexy for this shirt. Oh, dear. Yeah, grand final, Stubbsy. That'll be the next one. I think the next time we take a flight, it might be over on Phillip Island again in the helicopter, just going for a ride around the joint. It'll be the closest thing we get to an overseas flight. Yeah. And there's the whole part about it is the continual, unrelenting bringing people into our respective countries that might wave a piece of paper around or whatever. If they do it right, look, I wouldn't mind doing a lockdown here. Well, it wouldn't really matter because we're so used to lockdowns. We don't go anywhere. We don't do anything. We only do essentials anyway. But, taking a test, 72 hours, even the test 48 hours before I go. But to go to the sandbox, the sand pit, like that aeroplane, one person or two people on the aeroplane, and they said, right, you're all going into hotel quarantine and all this kind of crap. Otherwise, just get back on the aeroplane and go home. Well, who's paying for that? Somebody's incompetent, should. And that's what it comes down to, incompetence. And realistically, the people that test positive, and unless they're showing no symptoms, no nothing, I'd be holding them responsible. Because if they're showing symptoms, they should have never got on the aeroplanes. It's cost countries enormous amounts of money. And I don't even know what the Medicare app is, Andy. I like stuff in written form. And that'll do me. Because I've got my piece of paper over there with the dose number and all that I got. Now I'm going to put your question up and then we'll read it out, Dom. Don't agree with all you say, but so right about the public service. You cannot underestimate the impact they have on our lives. And our lives, deal with every day. Unfortunately, ministerial staffers put their beak in. Well, that's good. I don't mind if you don't agree, Dom. What I say, that's good. I've got no problems about that. I can agree to disagree with somebody. Look, all the little minuscule little rats that have got the finally, got some say in something are really, and like I say, false reporting. And it's been going on for so long, but this time because like I say, I knew exactly what was going on, and they've been caught out, and the bloody media. So the little staffers are telling the media what to say, and then they're going, oh, yeah, great. So between the staffers and the media, they're actually driving the politicians. So it's turned into a power struggle. That's why I played that Braveheart thing. Do we stand and fight? Or do we just lay in our beds and die? Because as far as I'm concerned, I've had a guts full of it. Yeah, Dally. How come we've got to do what they want to do everything digital? You know, they might as well just put a chip in us and get it over and done with. If they did that, you wouldn't need a passport. You wouldn't need all that shit. You could just, walk past and get scanned everywhere you went, like a barcode. Not a problem. I've got nothing to hide. Yes, Mark, freedom. Freedom is another word for nothing else to lose. That's some words out of a good song. Yeah, climate change. Yes, I love climate change. I've loved climate change since they come up with climate change, Andy. Yeah, just another way to siphon money off. I will admit it is getting warmer. Our winters haven't been as cold, but our summers haven't been as hot. So, in the words of Pauline Hanson, please explain. I don't really know. I haven't got all the answers. I reckon I've got some of them, but I haven't got all of them. To make... Dom, the thing is, and my experience is like Vic Roads. They slowly pulled it apart, weeded out the people that weren't, let's say, that people had opinions and stuff like that. Good workers knew what they were doing, knew what they were on about. They slowly got rid of them. And ministers and the people hanging around the government toilets and stuff like that, they moved up the ladder, and then this bullshit come in of contractors. Everything's contractors. Well, they're that bloody good at it that we had a paper mill virtually nearly closed that was Australian owned and got sold off. And then all of a sudden Australia's buying paper, which is local jobs. From offshore. Well, please explain on that one. The thing is that they're not saving any money. They're spending it, and what's being spent isn't going into communities, it's going offshore. And they know it, but they don't care because why? They're all getting bloody kickbacks. Every friggin' country, they're all getting their bloody kickbacks. And that's the thing that really pees me off. We used to clean out some drains and stuff like that. And a farmer, like you'd have a track, the cows walk down, and it'd be sand and gravel and a bit of stone or whatever, and had to get rid of it somewhere. Just send a tipper up there and they'd run it out, not perfectly or anything like that. The farmer might give us a couple of boxes of beer. Well, that's good. The boys can have a couple of boxes of beer. We've got rid of the bloody stuff. It's cost no one nothing, so you save money. Otherwise, it'd have to go to landfill. And then it was a case of you can't dump it anywhere. It has to go there. And look, it was that much crap. It wasn't funny. It wasn't even fun to go to work towards the end. And I think they made it that way. Because they wanted to get rid of us all. and bring on a contractor which is half owned by Chinese. Bureaucracy has taken over. Yes, Tom, you're right. It needs to be streamlined. There's a lot. The systems where it's gone, and it's not only this country. The systems are ridiculous. Something as simple as Nitz's last visa or whatever. All the paperwork and shit they wanted. We actually went to the immigration office in Melbourne, and with a box full of all the copies of all the paperwork and all the shit they wanted, and cash money, and they wouldn't accept it. And I kicked up a stink, and in the end they did, but they didn't like it. They didn't like it. I said, since when is Australian tender? No, it's got to be done by credit card. And I said, yeah, then you charge 1.75% or whatever. I said, why should I pay that? It's cash. Oh, but, we're not allowed to accept cash. And I said, why? Because you're all thieves. Somebody's had the frigging hand in the till. You need to scan all the paperwork. And I said, no, that's what you get paid for. You asked for the proof, the paperwork proof. There it is. Yeah, that turned you a bit of a blue. But anyhow, doesn't matter. We stuck to our rights. I said, because I know it's legal tender. You can't not accept it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, cash is handled by, it's dirty, filthy stuff. You might get COVID off it. I'm that scared of cash that, you give me $1 million and I wouldn't mind. I'd spend hours and hours and hours wiping every note down. I know that test site you're talking about, Dallo, because we sealed we sealed some of the roads in on it. I know it well. Yeah, after all the taxes and stuff like that, they got paid to prop them up and all this crap, and they made millions. Then they just strip out the factory and take it over to Vietnam and a little bit of it to Thailand, and but they're not paying any import tariff. I wonder why that is. I wonder. Because, you bring in something, even eBay now, you bring in stuff and you've got to pay GST, get stuff tax on it. So I can't work out their rhyme and reason. I'm surely that and actually that just reminded me of something. Government, it was in the rules and regulations of the government, so they could only buy Australian produced cars. Well, there's none now. That's why the cops have got the BMs and all the rest of it. And why is that? I think Nissan's the only one left that's doing assembly only, I think. Don't nail me to the cross if I'm wrong on that. Yeah, I know, like Vietnam we do, but as far as Holden, because it's branded, they're actually branded Chev now. As far as I'm concerned, they should be. We might have free trade with Vietnam, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a little bit different to a knife, fork, and a spoon. Yeah, Yeah, it's all fun. It's all fun. But now if we, like I say, we go back over to Thailand. Dave was saying today, everybody should come on down. Well, yeah, that's okay. But there's more COVID there than we've got here. I can't see that's going to change a hell of a lot. Like I said, daughter, there was COVID in the workplace. Anyhow, she got her first jab of AstraZeneca because they don't have the they don't have anything else at the moment. But in that workplace hasn't been closed. There hasn't been all the checking and carrying on and shit that they've got in this country. And that's where they're getting a lot of their spreads from. And then other people that aren't Thai citizens that are in the country and working, or whichever way, they're presenting themselves at hospitals and getting turned away. That's not a good idea, because what are they going to do? Go out and spread it? If somebody turns up a test, that's why the testings are down, because they've shown the basketball stadiums with camp stretchers, just wall to wall. If you test positive, you're straight into there, like a concentration camp. Well, that's not very enticing to anybody. You'd say, well, bugger it, whatever I get, and I'll just stay at home and do what you got to do. They really need to, have a look at it, but I think they've wasted all their money on a hell of a lot of crap that wasn't needed. And when it's come to it, there's nothing in the coffer for the people. I think the last lot of compensation package is the King. I think the King put into his pocket. 1940, g'day, mate. Welcome along. Yeah, well, COVID is here. It's going to be like the flu. It's going to change variations, and we're going to have a flu, like a COVID shot, and it won't be long, and then you'll have the COVID shot, the flu shot, coughs, colds, and sore hole shot all in one. But the answer is, who knows? But I'm just against bringing people in to a country without adequate testing and adequate seclusion. That's probably a better word, seclusion, than bloody near jail. But there's the other one that we can't go anywhere, whatever. What a television station for a crappy bullshit show, bring in a Sheila from overseas, and they wangle that past and do all that, and then she's in her hotel room carrying on like a bloody idiot and breaking the rules. That's why they kind of said, well, your visa's cancelled, piss off. But how did that happen to start with? Isn't there enough idiots in Australia to be idiots on TV cameras? Yeah. That would have been interesting. She answered her door with no mask on and no clothes. Enticing, maybe. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, we don't know what the answer is. We don't know what the future holds. We can only live in hope. And let's hope they give us back our freedom soon. And on that note, I'm going to say good night, folks. Take care. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you again next week. Johnny out.